Hello En-novate team, this is Daniel and I'm going to be taking you through how to edit and update your WordPress website. I'm going to start with logging in. So to log into the website, you just go to your domain, the homepage, and then type //en-login. From there, you'll enter the username and password that I will provide you. You can tick remember me so that you don't have to remember logging in again later. Okay, once we're in, I'm going to show you how to create a different user login. So at the moment, we're logged in as En-novate. However, let's just say we want multiple people making edits to the site or updating a blog post or making changes. What we can do is go down to users and add a new user. So for example, let's say we want to give Hlengiwe her own username and password. We just go to this section, type in the username, which would be Hlengiwe's email, and first name, last name, website you can leave blank, create a password and assign a role to Hlengiwe. So she's probably going to be an author, or she may be an editor or a contributor. You just decide which access you want to give her or that person. So that's how you add a user. The next thing we're going to go through is how to edit a page. So if we just go to our website, we'll go to one of the subpages. So here's our About page. We've got our team section here. We've got a little section at the bottom for applications. So let's just say we wanted to make a change to this text. In order to do that, we need to be logged in to the WordPress dashboard, which we are. Once you're logged in, you'll notice that this new navigation appears. This is the WordPress dashboard navigation. So this is one way to make edits to a page. You go to the page you want to make edits to, and then you click Edit Page. What I like to do is I like to edit the page in a separate tab. So you can right click and then open link in a new tab, and that will open here. So let's go back to the page, and let's just say we wanted to add some text or remove some text from this section. What we do is we have to find this section, and that's the thing you need to know about the structure of your web page. It's very much designed in sections. So this here is a section from this section here with the text and the video and this background image. That's one section made up of different elements. It's made up of two columns, one column here and the video column here, and then there's a background on the overall section. This team section here is actually another section in itself. So this whole team area with the different team members is one section. This apply area is one section. And there's actually two columns in this section, one column here, and there's an empty column on this left-hand side. So it's a two-column section. The footer is its own separate thing, which I'll cover later in the video. This is called a title section, which is also managed slightly differently in the back end. So let's just go to our back end of this web page. You can ignore all these things, but where we need to start looking is here. So we've got our title of the page, we've got our link or URL, which if you go to our page, here's our URL up here. We can make edits to this change just by clicking edit. Make sure there's no spaces and no special characters, all lowercase. Okay, so here is a section, as I mentioned before. This is a section. In this section, there is another row. So there's an overlying section, which is a full screen section, And then inside this section, we added a row of 2 columns. So you can see here, there's 2 columns. If you want to change the amount of columns, just hover over this section here and then decide how many columns you want. So if we want to make edits to this text, just hover over it, hover over the text and then click the edit button. Then you find the bit of text you want to edit and make edits to that. In terms of the styling of the text, please refer to the other video I posted on making blog posts. The same principles apply. Another thing we can do is we can actually clone this text box by clicking this button, and now you can see here it's cloned this text box. So I can actually move this to any other part of the page. I can move it under here. I can delete it. Okay, so there's our 2 columns. So if we go back here, there's our 2 columns. We've also got the underlying section, which is holding the 2 columns. And in that section, we've got a background image. So to change the background image, click on this pencil icon and find out where the image is. So it's here in design options. It may not appear like there's an image, but the fact that this is appearing here with an X means that there's an image. It's just not displaying the whole one. So if I wanted to remove this background image, then I'll just click X and then save. This area here, what that refers to is the space between the top of this section here and the top of these columns. It also refers to the sides here and what's below this column. So you can actually create more space by adding padding, say 20 pixels or 50 pixels, and then you'll see what I might do is I might just show you what that looks like. I'll add 100 pixels on either side and you'll see just how much padding gets added. So I'm going to click save and update just to show you what those changes do. Okay, then I'll go back to the page and refresh. Okay, you can see here there's a lot more space at the bottom here. Doesn't appear to have created the space at the top, so let me just double check why. Okay, it should have added padding here at the top, but it hasn't for some reason. But that is how you add spacing. So let's just remove all this. Save. You can also add padding in an individual column by clicking this pencil icon, going to design options, and you can add padding within the column. So you could add padding just on this section here, whether it's on the left, the right. For example, you may feel like this is too close to this video, so you can actually add a bit of padding here on the right of this column so that all of this text is pushed to the left. And you can also do it on an individual text box just by going to design option. You can also add a background to any element or column or text box. Okay, so this section here, this team section, it's actually an automated area. This section here is made up of 2 columns. There's a column here for just this bit that says the team, and there's a section here just for it's called a team feed. It's a shortcode, or it's a widget. So in order to edit this, we have to click on this icon here. Okay, this is how you add a team member. You have to change this to 5, or if you add 2 team members, you have to change this to 6. You can change the style of how this is appearing. At the moment we've selected team feed, so it appears directly below, but if you change this you can change it to a small team grid of columns or boxed style. So there's a few different options there. and that's all there is for that. Then we've got our final section here, which is this section. This section appears on pretty much every page of the website, and it's divided, as I said, into two columns. So you've got one column here on the right and an empty column here on the left. This background image is actually the background image for the whole section. So here's the whole section, this outlying box or section, and then within this we've got another row. To add a row to a section, just click on this button at the bottom and click row, and now we've got another row in here. So in this row we can change the amount of columns. Let's make it a 3-column row, and within this row we might want to add 3 icons. Select your icon here. You can add a circle behind it, change the color. Make it large, change the alignment to center, and you can also give it a link. So if you want this particular icon to link to another page, then you can do that by adding the link here. So let's just say we wanted to add a link to Google. Just add the link here. Make sure it opens in a new tab, and just say Google here in link text. And then we set link. And you can also animate. So we're going to make this animate from left to right, and save the change. In here, I'm just going to add some text blocks. Save. And I'm going to duplicate this, drag it here. Okay, so now we've got 3 columns. So I don't actually want to save this because I don't want it to go live to the website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, open link in a new tab, and it's going to show me a preview of the changes we made. But these changes won't be live. So unfortunately, it's not showing the changes. Let's try that again. Okay, so here's our icon, here's our text block, and another text block. So we've got 3 columns here. If I click this icon, it should take us to Google. Yep, there it is. Perfect. So let me go back here and remove those that new row we just created. And that's all there is to editing pages. What you'll notice is that you can add there's a lot of different elements you can create. So if you really want to go into detail, just experiment, see what happens when you add these items. There's a lot of, these are called widgets, all of these things. So just explore as you need. I can't go through every single one. Let's just say you wanted to add a testimonials section, a slider. You just add this here. But you can add an image carousel. There's a lot of different things you can add here. Okay, so let me update this page to remove all the changes that we made. Now if we refresh our page, we should have our page back to normal. Yep. Okay, let me just quickly show you how to edit a button, which is here. Okay, so if I scroll down, you can see there's a button here. Apply for upcoming trips, which is this, and then we've got our button, which is this little go symbol. So to edit the button, just click on the pencil icon. And this is the text that will appear in the button. Then you have to select the URL. If you wanted to link to another page on your site, you can just scroll down in this section and find your page. So we've already selected applications, and we don't want this to open in a new tab. We want, when people click on this link, we want it to take them to that page within this browser tab. Okay. So, in order to do that, we just we find application form, and click set link, and click save. And then update. Okay, so that's how we do that. The next thing I'm going to take you through is how to actually add a new page. Okay, the easiest way to create a new page is to first go to one of the pages. Let's say you want to make a new page that looks like the home page. What you would do is you would go to the home page, which is in this section here. Go to all pages. And then find the home page, click edit, and then what you want to do is create a template for this page. So you click on this icon here, and you give it a name. So let's say home updated 3. In fact, we can remove these ones as they're old. So let's call this home and save template. Okay. I'll just go through that again and click X. So maybe this time we want to go to, let's just say we want to duplicate or create a page that's similar to our testimonials page. What we do is we will go to our pages section, which is here, and find our testimonials page. Click edit. Once again, click on this icon, this templates icon, and give it a name, call it testimonials, and click save template. Done. So now when we want to add a new page, we can either click new from here, click page, or we can go to the pages section, click add new, or there's also a link to add a new page here. So click on that, click test, create the title of the page, and we want to give it we want to assign a template to this page. So the first thing we have to do is put it on backend editor. Classic mode gives us very limited options in terms of the layout of the page. So we want to make sure we've got backend editor switched on. And then what you do is as you can see here, there's no elements on this page yet. So what we want to do is we want to copy the testimonials page, or the home page in this example, and just click that plus button, and then just wait a few moments. It does take a few moments to populate the page. Okay, so now we can see we've got all the same elements from the home page. We've got our header image with the play button. We've got our about section with the text and the video player. We've got our testimonials section and our key benefits section. So we've got all the same elements from the home page. So if I were to publish this and then view it, it should look exactly like the home page. Except for this section here, which I'll go through now. But the rest should look exactly like the home page. Yeah, so it's got all the same elements. Okay, so whenever you add a new subpage, it's going to automatically add what this is called is a title bar or title section. We've got our breadcrumbs on this side and then the actual title of the page here. To edit that, we go to this area here and we decide on what type of header section we want. At the moment, we've selected a left-align short grey background, but it's actually a white background. We can add no page title and it won't appear at all, or we can add any of the following. So you can experiment with these. For a lot of the other pages, I've gone with a short image background. When you do that, you just need to make sure that there's a feature image assigned to this page. So for example, we can use this one because it's nice and dark, so the text will appear nicely over it. And we can also give the page a subtitle or give it assign an icon. So I'll show you what that looks like. And let's just say also, for the purpose of this, I want to remove this section, and I also want to remove this section and start straight here at the stories or testimonials. All I have to do to delete a section is click the trash can icon, and again for this area I want to remove it. So now I can click update and refresh our page. Okay, so that's perfect. I've removed those two sections. Now we start with there's our icon that I selected. The title is what you wrote here. So if I wanted to change that, I could just change it here. Click update and then that would change to testing page. Okay, so that's how you add a page and add elements. I'll also take you through another way to add a page and create new elements. And I'll do that by just hovering over this section here, the pages, click add new. So we've got a new page. This time I want to craft a new page from scratch. Okay, so this is going to be a completely blank page. Just to give you an idea of how to do things. But this time I'm going to use a sidebar with this page. So I'm going to try and paste some text here. Okay, I'm going to paste some text from another web page. And I'm going to add an image as well. So click add media, click upload, select the file you want to upload. change the title. Make sure it has an alternative text just in case the image doesn't show for some reason. And then set the alignment of the image. I'll set align left, no link, and make sure it's full size. Okay, I want to add a page subtitle to this particular page, and I like left align short background is fine. And I want to publish this. Now I want to see what this page looks like, so I'll just open this in a new page, right click over view page, and you can view it here. So there's our title, it says blank page. Here's the text we pasted, and here's the image we added. As you can see, it's a very blank page, and it's a simple 2-column layout, one column being here with the sidebar, and the left column being the content that we added. What I noticed is it didn't add our subtitle, which we did try to add here. So I think in order to have a subtitle, we need to make sure it's a left align large white background or grey background. Let me just check this. Yeah, so you do need to change this setting in order for the subtitle to show. You need to use a left align large large background. So now I've got our subtitle here. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite simple to change a page. Once again, I'm also going to show you how to quickly change this or add a sidebar to this page. In fact, we actually want to add a sidebar to the whole website, like a general sidebar. So to do that, go to Appearance, Widgets, and then here we've got our blog sidebar. We've got our shop sidebar, footer column 1, footer column 2, footer column 3, and footer column 4. And we've also got our page with a sidebar. So at the moment you can see it's empty. To add sections to this, we can just drag from this area here. Might want to add an Instagram widget, a blog post, popular blog post widget, which I might do. And you can change the title, so let's call it Recent Posts. We can add a Twitter widget. We can add a search bar, or we can add just standard text. So just drag and drop. Let's call this Text Widget. And then this is where you add text. Click save. Click save. And now if we go back to our page, there should be some content in this sidebar now. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So that's how you add content to a sidebar. The best, sometimes if you want to add, let's say you wanted to add an image here, it's not the easiest to add an image. So what you want to do is go to just add it, open a new page or a new post, and add your content here. So let's say we wanted to add all this content into our sidebar. All we do is select all of this, copy it, and paste it here. So unfortunately it hasn't added all the links and the styling. As you can see here, we've got a lot of links which we want to use, and we've also got an image. So the only way to do that is to go copy the content from our code area. So when you're editing here, you can always toggle between text and code. So we can toggle to the code, find the section that we want to copy, which is the race, So find the race, that's here, and just copy all of this text, including the image section. So click copy, go back to our widgets and paste, click automatically add paragraphs. Now if we refresh this page, we should get much more dynamic content in this text widget. So just remember, whatever you add here is going to add to the site-wide sidebar, page sidebar. So anytime you have a page with this template used, page with sidebar, it's going to show this content here. So I'm going to remove this widget, and I'll leave this in the sidebar. But you can always remove it. Okay, so that's how you do adding. That's how you add a new blank page. The other way we can add a new page is to do it from scratch with a dynamic layout. When you're creating a new page with a dynamic layout, make sure you don't select page with the sidebar. Use the default template, and then make sure you're using the back-end editor. You can try using the front-end editor. It can be easier for some people. So let's show you what that looks like. This gives you a more visual way to build pages. So now we can actually see live changes. So you can add, let's say we want to add a row. Okay, so in this row we want to add another row with different columns. And inside here we want to change the column styles. Or let's say we want to add a text block. Okay. This is actually not the best way to do this. So I'm actually going to just remove this and click to the backend editor. I think the backend editor is actually a lot more easy to use. Okay, so let's add a row. So now we've got a row here, or a section. Inside this section we can add another row, or we can just make this section the row itself. And we can go full width row, so it stretches all the way to the sides. And for this example, let's use a background color. Let's use yellow, and let's give it some padding of 5%. 5%, or you can make it pixels, so you can choose 70 pixels. And click save. And I'm also going to give this 2 columns. I'm going to give it 1 small column and 1 large column. In here I'm going to add a text block, and I'm going to call this left column, and I'm going to assign it a little heading, a small heading. Click save, and on this side I'm going to add a image gallery. Okay, and here is where you add the images. So let me add these ones. And then here is where you choose the type of image gallery. So I'm going to use a slider and auto rotate. You can change these settings to your liking, and here I want to go with full. The options you have are thumbnail, medium, large, or full. And then click publish and see what that looks like. So right click here, open link in new tab. Okay, so there's our big yellow background, and here's our slider. Okay, so we didn't actually give the page a title. That's why there's no text showing here. Maybe I don't want my page to have a title section, so once again, just scroll down and select no page title. And now the page title's gone. Okay, let's say I wanted to add a video instead of a slider, for example. Just remove this image gallery, click add a video. So there's a few different ways you can do it. You can experiment and see what each one does. For example, for now, I'm just going to click this one. So this is. So let's find a video on YouTube. Add the URL here. Make sure you select a YouTube. And you can also use a different placeholder image, but for our purposes we don't need to, so we'll just click save, update, refresh this page, and there's our video. Okay, so that's just some of the things you can do with pages. The next thing I'm going to move on to is how to edit our menu. So to edit a menu, go to Appearance, Menus, and you can see here it's just added our 3 pages that we just added. So we're actually going to have to go and delete those ones. Let's go back into our pages section and trash those pages that we just created, those testing pages. So select them all, move to trash, apply, and they are no longer here. Then you can go back to our menu, Appearance, Menus. Okay. So if we look at our site, we've got About, we've got Media, Testimonials, Clients, Blog, Apply, and Contact. Under Media, we've got 2 sub-pages, or child pages they're called. So that's why we have a drop-down menu here, and we can select either of these pages. Clicking Media is not actually going to take you to a page, it's just a menu. So if, for example, if we click on About, it will take us to the About page, but if we click Media, it doesn't take us anywhere. So you can only select these 2 options. So to remove a page, what you do is click this drop-down button and then click Remove. You can also just change the title. So let's say we want to change it to Testimonial. Just click that and then click Save. Let's say we want to add a particular page from our pages. Go to View All and then select the page you want to add. So you want to add a test page. Click Add to Menu, And you can see here it's appeared. You can drag it to the position you want, or you can drag it underneath a main page. So let's add it here. Now, if we were to save this menu, we'd have three options. It would have gallery, videos, and test. So let's remove this. How to add one of these links that doesn't link to any page. What you have to do is click a custom link, use a hashtag here and make it give it a link text. Then click add to menu. Once it's here in the menu, remove the URL or remove the hashtag, and now you drag you add more pages to it. So let's add the home page and application test page, and drag this underneath. So to drag it underneath, you can just do that. So now we'll have another one of these, but it will be called test, and underneath test we'll have two options, which will be home and testimonials. So that's how you edit the menu. So I'll just remove these pages, click save. And the next thing I'm going to go through is the footer of the website. So to change section in the footer, here's our footer. It's 4 columns. So we go to appearance, widgets, and here are our footer columns. So in the first footer column we've got sitemap, and as you can see here there's a title which is called website. Here we've got website, and underneath we've got our link. So as I mentioned before, in order to add a link, you obviously you probably don't know how to code, so the best thing to do is open a new page or a post, and in your WordPress editor is where you add a link, because this is much easier it's more user friendly. So let's add some text and give that text a link. Highlight it and click on this button, and then we can give it a link from the web page, and click add. And now let's say we want to add another link. Just press enter. Second link. Once again, just highlight the text, insert a link, click the link options, and add this time we're going to link to one of our blog posts. Add, and now in order to make sure we copy and paste the HTML, toggle to text, remove this space and select it all, and then you paste it here, and that will add our new links. So I'm not going to do that. Then in the fourth footer column we've got our image, which is this, and then we've also got some social media links and some contact details in the second area. So once again, to make edits to these, the best thing you can do, let's say I wanted to make edits to this, I would go here to my widget, copy all this, go to a new page. It's just something so we can work with the WordPress editor. Paste this, and now if we go here, okay, so now we can see all of our details. So if we want to make edits to this, we can do so. One thing to remember is to do a soft return if you wanted to add another telephone number. So click Shift, press Enter. Now we get a soft return. So you might want to add a cell. I want to make this bold. So let's click bold, and then now we want to add this back to our footer section. So hover a toggle to the text area, copy and paste this, go back to our widget section and remove this text and then paste the new text that we want. And that's how you make those edits. Okay, the next thing we want to go through is testimonials. So on the home page, we've got like a testimonial slider that's just got some highlighted text from the full testimonials, whereas on our testimonial page we've got the full testimonials. Okay, so in order to make edits to these, we've actually got two categories. Let's go to our testimonial section, which is up here. So we've actually got duplicates of each testimonial. We've got a long one and a short one. The way you know which one is which is on the home page, it says home. So this is the short one, and the full means it's the full testimonial. So let's just say we wanted to make an edit to this. Just click Edit. And this is where you edit the text, and this is where you edit the job title, and this is where you make edits to the person's name. Let's just say you wanted the full testimonial to show on the home page. What you do is deselect full and select home. So now this long one is going to now appear on the home page for Musa. So instead of this short one, you'd have the long one. Okay, but we don't want that, so I'll just undo. If you want to add a new testimonial, all you have to do is click Add New, or you can clone one of the old ones. So you can make a duplicate of this if you're unsure. So for now, we're just going to click Add New. There's a person's name. Here's the person's, here's the text, the testimonial. The important thing here to remember here is to assign it to either the home page or the full testimonial. So let's assign it to the full. Give this person a job title. And set a featured image. So just upload an image. For example, we can upload this one or this one. And we can publish this. So I don't want to publish it because I don't want it to go live to the website, but that's how you make that testimonial. How you add a testimonial section to a page. Let's edit this page and I'll show you quickly. So here's a testimonial section. What you do is you just add the shortcode. So let's go here and add a testimonial widget, which is this one. Or we could add it inside a row or inside a column. We can add it anywhere. Then you choose your testimonial type. So this time we want to go agency carousel. And actually, let's go to a test page so that we can really show you what it's going to do. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to add testimonials, a full testimonials section at the bottom. going to choose the category, so I want this to be full. And the type, I want, for example, an agency carousel, and the maximum amount of testimonials I want to show are 5. So I'll click Save, Update, and show you what that looks like. So here's our new testimonial slider. And there's our 4 testimonials. Okay, the next thing I want to take you through is staff. So if we go to our staff page or team page, okay, it looks like I've accidentally removed that page. So let's go to the trash and restore this page. We accidentally deleted it. Okay. So if we go back to About, it's going to show us our page now. Okay, so if you want to add or edit a team member, the section to go is team members. To make an edit to a team member, just click on Edit here, and then you can change the text or you can change the image. Let's change the text. Just make edits here. To change the picture, you must change this feature, so remove and then add it again, add a new one. At the moment, you can add a different category of teams, just like we had different categories for testimonials. To do that, just click Add a New One and give it a name, and then click Add. If we go back to the About page, we can actually make this look a lot different to this style. This is a feed style team showing. So let's go to our test page, back to our test page. Okay, so it's going to add a section at the bottom of this page to show you our options. So just type in team members to find out a bit more easily. Team feed. And then we're just going to change the settings of this. So let's see what it looks like with a full width team style. And also want to make sure it's showing 4. Because that's how many team members we're showcasing, and select your category. Click Save, Update, and then see what that looks like. Okay, so that's a bit different, as you can see, to what we had before. So now we can go to check out Dan's full listing, and that's here. Okay, the reason why it's showing a comments section here, which we probably don't want on the teams section, is because we haven't disabled it. So we can go to our team members and edit this, and to make sure there's no comments section appearing, to scroll down to here and disable Facebook comments. Okay, and that's how we make changes to our team. I'm actually there's a few more things I want to go through, but I think for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to end it here and say this is part 1, and then create a secondary part 2 video.